Hello and welcome back to the High School Football Alliance. We are in Game 3 here of Week 1. North Central Eagles traveling to take on the Southwest Titans. And the Titans are going to be a tough matchup for the Eagles here today. Number 1 quarterback in the universe, Fletcher Gross, number 14. He's the second-rated prospect in the universe as well. And he's got the top two wide receivers in Clay Kersley and Tyron Trent. Respectively. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Eagles can slow down this passing attack. I'm joined in the booth tonight by Liam Hammer. How you doing, Liam?
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, it's going to be a game of offense, I think, tonight. I mean, obviously with Fletcher Gross, such a talented guy. And with his two receivers, too, it's hard not to go wrong when you have guys like Clay Kersley and Tyron Trent that you're throwing the ball to.
Yeah, and the Eagles, I mean, they're no slouch as well on offense. Mordecai Van Hout, number 14 rated prospect in the universe. He's a scrambling quarterback. It's going to be really fun to watch him here today. And he actually does have a couple of top 50 receivers as well. Storm Baines and Gerard Presley. So that's going to be fun to watch those guys play. And the number 3 rated prospect as well on the O-line in center, Kenton Russell.
Yeah, you don't want to underestimate this South Central team, North Central team. You know, Mordecai Van Hout, Storm Baines might be a little bit undersized at wide receiver, but he uses his frame really well in the slot. Very, very talented receiver as well. This is a team that you don't want to sleep on.
Absolutely, and they're going to start their drive off at the 31-yard line, see what they can do with the football.
I expect to see a lot more running from this team than we may have been used to with some of the other ones. With North Central. With Southwest, we're not going to see much running at all. It's all going to be through the air.
Absolutely. Fletcher Gross, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do here today. And they're going to start off on the ground, and the carry is going to net 2 yards for Rocky Payne, who is another top 50 prospect here, number 47 in the universe. I'm going to be really excited to watch him this coming season.
Yeah, Rocky Payne doesn't get a lot of love behind an offense with Fletcher Gross, Clay Kersley, and Tyron Trent, but he's a really solid running back. They like to use him in the flats and the screen game a lot, so expect to see him there, but he's no slouch between the tackles either.
The 3 receivers set for Gross, looking to throw it, and out of the backfield there's Rocky Payne, and he will get a few more yards. They're down to 5 coming up for Southwest.
Southwest is the kind of team that can score a lot in a hurry, so just because they get a stop here, if you're the Eagles, you need to go down the field and score quickly.
They have 3rd and manageable from their own 36-yard line. Gross coming out under center, 3 receivers set. And he will drop way back, looking to throw it. Deep shot way downfield, and it's deflected away by number 27. That is Richard McNeil, the free safety, making the play.
A nice play by the safety there. Fletcher thought he had an opening there. He tried to throw it down and get his receiver over the top, but it was just couldn't get enough air under it, and a good play by the safety there to knock it away. And good stop for the North Central defense.
Yep, Eagles defense stepping up. Now we're going to be able to see Mordecai Van Hout take the field at quarterback here for the Eagles. I'm pretty excited to watch him play. Definitely a scrambling quarterback, so we haven't seen a whole lot of quarterbacks running the football yet, but I expect him to run it quite a few times here in this ball game.
Yeah, this offense, if you break it down, you got Mordecai Van Hout, number 14 prospect in the universe at quarterback. Ramsey Huxley, which very surprisingly fell outside the top 50. He's an absolute beast of a running back. Receivers, Gerard Presley, Storm Baines. Tight end, Dave Francis. This team likes to run it with their quarterback, with their running back, and you're going to see a lot of that tonight.
And Hout under center, going to hand it off, and there's a big broken tackle in the open field. Look out past the 40-yard line. He is going to take this all the way, and that is Ramsey Huxley, and North Central takes the early lead. My goodness.
I told you to like to run the football. Ramsey right there blew up the linebacker in the hole, and nobody was going to catch him. This man has so much strength. He does not go down easily. You cannot tackle him with arm tackles. You saw right there in the hole. I think that was Guy Pottinger, the linebacker who tried to make the tackle, couldn't. Huxley off to the races. Now you got a quick 6 7-0 lead pending the extra point for the Eagles.
Fantastic start. We didn't even get to see anything from the passing game for the Eagles, but, they just didn't need it. Fantastic run. My goodness, just put a shoulder right through his chest.
Yeah, I love the way Ramsey Huxley runs. He runs with so much power, and he just runs it right down the throat of the defense. And you hear the stadium here in Southwest is absolutely silent right now.
Yeah, that was just a huge play for the Eagles. Let's see how the Titans are going to respond here. Fletcher Gross coming out. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons on this offense, so I expect them to get a lot of yards here today.
Yeah, I expect both these offenses to be pretty talented. Going back to the Titans, they don't have the same ground attack. Their attacks through the air. Obviously, they didn't get what they wanted that first drive, but don't expect them to be held down for long. These corners for the Eagles are going to have their hands full trying to stop this team.
And they're going to start this drive from their own 26-yard line, similar spot that they started their last drive. I expect them to come out with, 3 receivers here, start this drive, maybe feed Rocky Payne a little bit. They do like to throw the ball to him out of the backfield, and I'm excited to see Napoleon Queen, the fullback, as well. He is a bruiser.
Yeah, one of only 2 fullbacks to make the top 50 prospects list. Napoleon Queen is a real good runner, actually, with the football. I wouldn't be surprised to see a college try to recruit him at running back, to be honest.
Totally agree. Pick up of 2 right there for the Titans. 2nd down and 8 coming up. And we fixed the lag issue. Apologies for that, folks.
You gotta love technology.
Yep, just working out the kinks here, week 1. That's what it's all about. I formation for the Titans. 2 tight ends set. Gross looking to throw it. 2-step drop, out route, and that is caught. Or a pickup of 4. I believe that was Clay Kersley, the number 1 rated wide receiver in the universe.
I'm kind of surprised to see early on in this game that Titans aren't really trying to push it down the field. They've been running the ball and throwing it short. Outside that one chuck on 3rd and 5 last drive, it's been all short routes. I'm expecting to see him throw it here, especially with only 1 high safety.
Yeah, they're playing a little timid right now. I would take a shot here, especially with just 1 safety back there. And they will go to the slant route, and that's going to be Tyron Trent picking up the first down, number 81.
Nice play right there, Tyron Trent. The cornerback never had a chance. No high safety there, like I mentioned, and the safety tried to cheat over to Clay Kersley's side, but you can't really cheat to either side of this offense because both these receivers are so talented. You got to play both of them equally tight.
Yeah, and they are both fantastic route runners, so really tough to cover, and they're both pretty quick as well as Fletcher Gross goes on another out route here. That's Kersley once again for 5 yards.
Nice design there, opening it up. Obviously want to hit him in stride, preferably, but couldn't hit him in stride there. Either way, good play. 5 yards, you'll take it every down.
Split back set for Gross here on 2nd down and 5. And I'm not, oh my goodness, is that McQueen on the carry, picking up 2 yards?
That was Rocky Payne, I think. Off tackle run. Doesn't usually work too well, but nice broken tackle in the backfield. Got some positive yards out of that. I've been honestly surprised at how much they've run it early in this one.
For sure. They did a lot of passing and all the test sims and the preseason games that we had for these guys. They really like to chuck the ball deep. So definitely a surprising start to their offense so far here in game 1 of this season. They're going to keep it on the ground here. Rocky Payne, he's going to fall forward, but he is just short. 4th and inch is coming up. What do you do here? Do you go for it? Do you punt it away?
I think you could see a challenge come out here because that was awfully close. I'd love to see them go for it if they don't challenge it, but it looks like they are lining up to. We'll see if they actually snap it, but he looked like he may have gotten the ball across there anyways.
Single high safety for the Eagles, and they will snap it. Rocky Payne gets the carry, breaks to the outside. He's got the first down at the 43-yard line for the Titans with a risky play call there, but it pays off for him.
Yeah, I like the aggression from the Titans right now. I mean, You know, Eagles play best with the lead. We talked about the running game. They do best when they can just ground the ball with Ramsey Huxley. You don't want to let that team get where they're comfortable. So I like the aggression here and go for it on fourth and don't give the ball back to the Eagles.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of fourth down attempts so far in week 1. And here's Fletcher Gross going deep, wide open. Tyron Trent down the sideline. He somehow stays in for a touchdown. We might see a review here, but my goodness, what a laser beam from Fletcher Gross to Tyron Trent.
Major Gage on the coverage there, had no chance, completely got behind him, and Major Gage was toasted for that touchdown. I could see a challenge there. It looked awfully close, but we'll see if they say he toe tapped it. It looks like they're saying he toe tapped it down the sideline. So what a play from Tyron Trenton. Great throw from Fletcher Gross.
Yeah, that was an absolute laser beam from Fletcher Gross. My word.
Yeah, both these offenses clicking early in this one, and now we have a tie game, 7-7. I mean, that was, great coverage. Great play by the receiver. And like I was saying before, you can't really cheat to either side of the field. You have to give both the corners safety help because both these receivers are so fast. They're such good route runners. It's hard to leave your guys on an island with them.
Yeah, and the Eagles, they do not have any top 50 prospects in the entire secondary. So you definitely want to get some double coverage there on both of these receivers and maybe force Fletcher Gross to go to their number 3 target, who is Corey Bramlett, who is he's pretty decent as well.
Corey Bramlett, he is some talent as well. It's hard to live under the shadow of Kersey and Trent, but he holds his own. Whenever they give him the ball, he can really make a defense pay, especially when you forget about him because you have so many other talented receivers on this team.
Yeah, when you have so many targets, who do you cover? It's pick your poison, basically. And here is Mordecai Van Hout coming out with a bunch set to the bottom of the screen under center. And he's going to hand it off. And the running game so far has been clicking for them. That's the pickup of 6 yards. And Ramsey Huxley looking pretty impressive so far with 66 yards on the ground.
Yeah, 2 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown isn't a bad stat line to have halfway through the first quarter. Obviously we haven't seen him go to anyone else but Ramsey Huxley, and he's been the workhorse for this team, and he will most likely continue to be the workhorse throughout the season.
Yep, I would just keep feeding the beast here. You got 2 tight ends. They will toss it out towards the tight end set. He's going to break another tackle and get in the open field up to the 47-yard line of Southwest. My goodness, how do you stop this man?
This guy's probably, in my opinion, the best running back prospect in this class, and he's so hard to stop. You see the power he runs with. He never lets his legs stop moving. He's so hard to take down. He has good ball security and great vision for a running back. He's a complete package. Kind of reminds me of a Marshawn Lynch style runner. He runs very angry.
That's a great comparison. Mr. Beast mode, and they're going to hand it off again here. Power O, and just up the sideline, breaking another tackle, picking up 6 more yards. What a tank.
Yeah, there's rarely a play you're going to see Ramsey not break a tackle there. And he has decent speed. He's not the fastest guy, but he has decent speed. He has what he needs to be able to run away from some linebackers. And, obviously, we haven't even seen them try to go to their passing game. When you have a guy like Ramsey, it's hard to go away from him.
Split back set for Mordecai Van Hout. And they're going to keep it on the ground. This time, the Titans snuffed that one out from the start. You might have to go to the passing attack here. Huxley looking a little tired.
Yeah, when you call on a guy, like we were saying so much, it's eventually he is going to get tired. And Mordecai Van Hout's not a bad backup plan. He's a pretty talented quarterback, has great athleticism with his legs, good outside the pocket. But it looks like they're just going to go right back to Huxley.
And it nearly worked for him. He's just too tired, couldn't break that tackle, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 3 from the 40. It's going to be an interesting decision here. Do they go for it? Do they punt it away?
I think they're going to punt it away on 4th and 3, a little bit more than they're comfortable with. I think they could get it if Huxley was a little bit more rested. Maybe they would be able to get it, but he's obviously, you saw in that last play, he's gasping for air. So I think the right decision here.
Yep, Gary Stanley on for the punt. And he boots this one way up in the air, and that is going to be down, and they fall into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback. 20-yard net punt right there for Gary Stanley and the Titans get back out on the field after their last touchdown drive.
And this is a chance for the Titans to take the lead. This big play offense, they can score from anywhere on the field. So you got to be careful. And you see right now they're pressing up with the corners, but they have 2 deep safeties on both sides of the field. They're learning from their mistakes.
Yeah, but if you're the Titans, you want to keep feeding Rocky Payne if the safeties are so deep like that, and they do here. But if they only get 1 yard, so the front 7 stepping up a little bit for the Eagles on that play.
Yeah, that front 7 for the Eagles, it has Cash Blanchard, one guy, number 56. He's one of the top prospects in the universe. He's actually number 11. And he's a guy to look. He's not as good in the run game, but in the pass game, he lines up the top of your screen, and he's a real good pass rusher. Working on that left tackle is going to be a battle to watch all night.
And Gross, another deep shot, and another completion to Tyron Trent. Moving the chains yet again. I don't know if they can guard this man with the sort of depleted secondary, basically. No star players to name.
Yeah, Major Gage is having a hard time keeping up with him. I mean, there's about 3, 4, 5 yards of separation between him and Trent, and I think that it's really going to come down to these safeties. Rashard McNeil and Wilfred Harrison, they're really going to have to step up to stop those post routes, and I don't know if they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have enough speed. I mean, Tyron Trent, not the fastest guy, great route runner, and always finds a way to get open, and there's Kersley for another big-time pass from Fletcher Gross.
What a throw, what a catch there. And we're talking about Gross and his ability and his talent is finding his guys, and there it is right there. And we're talking about those safeties. It was working in front of McNeil. McNeil couldn't break down on it fast enough, and another big chunk play for the Titans. I think this is going to become start of a trend we're going to see tonight.
It's nice seeing some fireworks here on offense. The past couple of games have been some defensive slugfest.
Yeah, this is not a defensive slugfest tonight.
No, not at all. Here's Gross over the middle, and Kersley, I believe that was Kersley, moves the chains again for the Titans.
That's just a good example of his football IQ too. I mean, he takes the ball. It's not a perfectly placed ball from Gross, but not a bad one, but not perfect. And he takes that and manages to keep his momentum moving up the field. And most receivers are going to get tackled before the stick's there, but he manages to get across the first down marker and get just a couple more yards.
And free play here, offsides, as Rocky Payne only gets maybe a yard. They'll accept that penalty, of course, and bring up 1st and 5.
That was the outside linebacker Derek Gregory on the tackle. Not that it matters because you got the offsides. There's Cash Blanchard who had the infringement, and that's what you get sometimes when you have a good pass rushing defensive end like Cash. You get the downside is every once in a while they're going to jump off sides. You see that in other leagues like with a guy like Von Miller. In other leagues he tends to get a lot of offsides penalties, but that's just kind of the penalty you take for having such a good pass rusher.
And 1st down and 5 coming up from the 21-yard line. Gross under center. I formation, 2 tight end set. Rocky Payne gets the carry, spins a man out, and picks up the 1st down up to the 14.
And I think that's where they're going to have a lot of success running the ball. Run into that left side. Cash Blanchard, great in the pass rush, but everyone knows how you stop a great pass rusher is you run at him. Makes him slow down. He's not as good against the run. I think that's where they're going to be able to exploit for some yards.
And they've been coming out in the I formation quite a bit so far in this game. Gross with a hot route, and he's going to dump it off to Rocky Payne out of the backfield, and gets 1 yard, 22 on the tackle. That's Major Gage.
Nice tackle from Major Gage, loading his shoulder. We haven't talked too much nice about him so far. He's been burnt a lot by Tyron Trent, but good tackle there from him.
Yep, always nice to see a cornerback come up in run support. He might have to do it here again. Only one receiver for the Titans on 2nd and 9. That is Clay Kersley at the bottom of the screen. And Gross is going to dump it off. That might have been a backwards pass and a loss of 4 yards for Rocky Payne.
Good presence by Gross to get that away. He's under pressure, but not maybe the best option. I think in that situation, you're going to want him to just throw the ball away. It doesn't matter. In that case, you have a couple yards. But that's one thing Fletcher Gross is good at in the pocket is when he's pressured, he doesn't get rattled too easily. He's good at staying in there and finding his check down or throwing it away. And that time he just he should have thrown it away, but still quick the safe play and a smart play.
Yep, 3rd down and 13, going to the end zone, back of the end zone, touchdown Titans. And that was, I believe, Tyron Trent with the score.
Beautiful throw. Major Gage just looks a little bit lost out there right now. He can't keep up with him. They're still going to have to put a safety over the top. But great throw from Fletcher Gross. Nice toe tap from Tyron Trent. And there we got 13 points unanswered for the Titans. And this game is looking already like an offensive fire show.
You love to see it. You really do. After 2 defensive slugfests, it's good to see some points on the board here in the first half so far. The extra point from Stanford Bond is up and good. So the Titans on top 14-7, just 4 seconds into this second quarter.
What a great name, Stanford Bond. Doesn't flow off the
fantastic, right?
Doesn't flow off the tongue like James Bond, but you know, I mean, imagine him. Name's Bond, Stanford Bond. Sounds like he's in a book club.
Oh my goodness!
But
what the heck?
Still decent nonetheless.
Oh my goodness! The Eagles on the return. Oh my! And a nice return up to the 35-yard line. I expect the Eagles to continue to try to pound the rock here on this next drive. That was Presley on the return.
A good return from Presley. You know, obviously, I don't see them going away from Ramsey Huxley. I don't think they've thrown the ball once so far in this game. So maybe throw it. Eventually change it up a little bit, but they're having their way with their defense. This defense for the most part.
Yep, 2 wide receivers set at the top. They're going to keep it on the ground again. Huxley will pick up 4. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Eagles.
Rare time that Huxley's going to be taken down by a DB, and a good tackle there from the defender. I think they need to switch it up. They need to throw some passes here. Give Ramsey just a little bit of a breather to catch his breath so he can go back to dominating.
I'd like to see Van Hout go out on some rollouts here, maybe some play action, and let him use his legs a little bit. And he will drop back to throw for the first time today, all day to throw it, and that was not a good pass. Deflected away. Storm Baines, 89, the intended target.
Yeah, that was, I believe that was Watson Gray on the coverage, and he just read that really well. You know, Mordecai thought that Baines was going to cut in front of the linebacker there, but Watson Gray is really good in pass coverage, and he read that well and knocked it away.
3rd down and 6, big play for the Eagles. 14 straight points for the Titans. The Eagles need something here. Out route, and that is completed for the first down. And that was Storm Baines on the reception, his first of the season.
I love the design right there. You notice they were in a zone coverage. They throw Huxley out to the flat along with Baines on the out route. And putting Huxley in the flat, it brings the DB down a little bit because Huxley's so good after getting the ball in his hands, and he's so hard to tackle. Your eyes get caught on him, leaving Baines with just a couple inches of separation. That's all he needed.
Yeah, maybe that first completion settles Van Hout down a little bit. You know, you got that first completion of the season, get those jitters out of the way, and to keep it on the ground here, Huxley picks up 1 yard, and he's got 89 yards on 8 carries so far.
Yeah, he's been looking really good on this drive. It looks like the Titans have zeroed on him a little bit more, but he's just looked dominant, breaking and tackling almost every run. He's a guy that's going to be really interesting to see how his career goes.
Van Hout looking to throw it again. Pump fakes, and that is picked off by the Titans. Returned up past midfield, and not a good throw from Mordecai that time.
And that was the safety, Irv Straight, the top 50 safety. He's one of the best in the business, one of the best prospects out there. He reads the quarterback all the way, and look how he jumps on this route. He jumped on that route so fast. The ball barely left the quarterback's hands. Not a great decision from Van Hout. His eyes gave him away, and big turnover. And now the Titans have a chance to go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, Presley, the intended target there, the number 31 rated prospect in the universe, but again, just not a good decision from Van Hout. And now Fletcher Gross with a chance to take a 2-score lead comes out in the split back set under center. And he'll look to throw it. And he's got his man again. That's Clay Kersley. Picks up 5 more yards. It seems like he's wide open every single play.
He's working on Ben Marstead on the other side, and that's also a mismatch. One thing that's underrated about this Titans offense is the way that the running back and fullback work in pass blocking. They're so good in pass blocking. Eagles brought a blitz on that play, but it was picked up because of the great pass blocking by those backs.
2 tight end set for Gross. They're going to run it away from the tight ends. Big gain here for Rocky Payne. What a spin move. And he is all the way down to the 15-yard line. My goodness, they ran to the weak side, and there was just nothing but open field in front of them.
Fantastic play from Rocky Payne. He had that big block in the play before. Now he gets the ball. Beautiful spin. And Rocky Payne, he's underrated on this Titans offense. He gets lost in the shuffle, but he has some serious talent, and he's showing it right there. He has some good breakaway speed, some good vision, and some good agility to go along with his other talents. So I mean, this Titans offense has it all.
Yeah, and they are knocking on the door again here at the 15-yard line, looking to punch it in. Gross hot routing a receiver up at the top. That's Trent, who has a couple touchdowns so far in this half. See if they go his way. And they're going to go to Kersley instead, picking up 6 yards. So not a bad decision there. Just keep moving down the field.
Yeah, any positive yards is always good. And it seems like most teams' 2-3 yard gains is this team's 5, 6, 7 yard gains. They're so good at picking up those chunk plays. And they're a patient offense. They get those big plays, but they're patient enough to take the runs and the short passes when they need to.
2nd down and 4 for Fletcher Gross, and he will drop back to throw. Wide open at the top of the screen. Pickup of 3. I believe that was Kersley again, and it was.
Love that design there. A little natural pick play to get Kersley open on major gauge. And unfortunately, Gross just had the ball a little bit behind him, so he couldn't catch it in stride, or that would have been a first down or maybe a touchdown. But either way, a nice play. Brings up 3rd and short.
High formation set for Gross. 2 tight ends in this one. And they're going to toss it out, and Rocky Payne is dropped for a loss of 4. So a big-time stop for the Eagles defense. And Titans get held to a field goal. That was number 20 on the stop, Ben Marsden.
Ben Marsden, nice tackle from him to bring up this, and it's a big stop. Whenever you stop the Titans, whether that's holding them to 3 or forcing a punt, you feel accomplished because this offense is so dynamic and it's so hard to stop.
And this will be a 27-yard field goal try for the Titans, and it is good. So Southwest on top, 17-7 now.
A nice drive there from the Titans. Get some points, and now the Eagles have to play catch-up, which isn't what they like to do.
Yep, just under 7 minutes to go in the first half for North Central. Mordecai will probably have some pretty decent field position here after this kick return up to the 31-yard line.
Hopefully the lag is better now. I had Discord open on my computer. I dared to have another application open, so you know how that goes. And it should be fixed now. But nice return, and gets this team back out there. And I expect to see more Ramsey Huxley. Maybe get Mordecai settled down a little bit with some easy passes, because he's going to be important for this game.
Yeah, you got to get Van Houten going a little bit, but they will go back to the ground here, and that's a big gain again. A pickup of 16 yards for Ramsey Huxley, and that puts him over the century mark for the game.
This is our first 100-yard rusher of the HCU, of the high school, any level, obviously. And Ramsey Huxley, he's just been unstoppable in this game. And a lot of this is the blocking, because you look at this play, it's not about him breaking many tackles. It's just the fact that he has no one in his way. And that's credit to this offensive line, to this fullback, and the play calling here for the North Central Eagles.
Very impressive ground attack so far from North Central. If they didn't have the interception on the last drive, this could be a one-score game here. Just not a good decision from Van Hout, but they're just going to keep it on the ground again. Pickup of 5 more yards for Huxley. He's just unstoppable.
It's hard to stop this guy. He's such a powerful runner, and he just has so much vision that even when you hit him in the hole, he manages to fall forward for 3, 4, 5 yards. It's really hard to slow this guy down.
Yeah, if you can fall forward every time you have the football in your hands, like, you're going to do good for your offense. And there he does it again, picking up 3 more yards and making it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, really talented guy. He has a lot of good wits about him. I expect him to be highly recruited when it comes time for colleges, and I expect him. I know it's very early, but at this rate, I would not be surprised to see him be a first rounder come time for pros.
Yeah, he's definitely built for it. Really solid frame for a halfback. And they're going to hand it off to him again, but maybe 3 times in a row was a bit too much for him, as he is stopped a yard shy of the marker.
What a tackle there. That was number 85. That was Drake Corbin, and he's a top 50 prospect, and he just laid out Huxley.
Yep, and they might go for it here. 4th and 1. They are on the field here. I formation set. And it looks like they're probably just going to end up calling a timeout and punting it away, unfortunately. And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll punt it back to the dangerous Titan offense.
Like I've said many times, not my favorite play call. I'd rather just go for it. I guess, especially against a team like the Titans, you need all the breaks you can get, and sometimes that means taking a few chances.
Yep, the Titans will get the ball back with plenty of time to score. I mean, they are a quick strike offense. They can score on one play.
Yeah, they are. They're really, really talented. And as we've seen, they're very mismatched against this Eagles secondary. Major Gage and Ben Marstead have been a little bit lost trying to cover these 2 guys. They're going to have to scheme something to slow them down, because at this rate, this is starting to run away from them.
And Titans start the drive at their own 23-yard line after a modest return. And out comes Fletcher Gross and this nasty offense. He's already got 2 touchdown passes to Tyron Trent so far in this half. Let's see if he attacks the bottom of the screen with Kersley, who's had quite a few catches as well.
Of course, the time you say the bottom of the screen, Kersley's in the slot at the top. But yeah, I think switching it up is always good for an offense as Rocky Payne gets tackled in the backfield. As we've seen with the Eagles, I mean, Huxley's been fantastic, but the lack of diversity in their play calling has cost them in a few drives.
Yeah, that was a loss of 4 for Rocky Payne. So now you expect them to go to the air. They're going to come out in I formation. This time Kersley is at the bottom of the screen. The corners are backing off a little bit. Gross calling a hot route or 2. And taking a sweep over time. 2-step drop and an out route to Kersley. That's only going to get 5 yards, making it 3rd down and 9 for Southwest.
Outrights are frustrating for defense, because you feel like you can do nothing about them and just giving these 5-yard chunks up, but you got to give it up to this offense, because they want you to cheat down and try to stop that route so they can hit you over the top with Kersley's speed and Trent. But you can't take the bait. You have to stay true to your game plan and play the sticks.
4 receivers set for the Titans, and Sully has claimed the Titans as his team in the chat. So I guess we got their number 1 fan in here with us. And there's a nice out route, but they're going to be well short of the sticks. 4th and 5 coming up. So another nice stop for the Eagles defense.
Once again, what they like to do in that play is they like to throw the out route and then have the guy turn up field, because usually the corners are playing so soft on these receivers. But the problem is, on that play, Fletcher was a little bit slow to get over on his reads. I think he wanted the slant at the bottom of the screen and ended up with leading his receiver out of bounds. And poor decision, and they're going to have to punt it.
And that punt was nearly blocked. My word. Have yet to see a block kick so far in the season. There's a decent return from Sherwood Sampson, the number 2 halfback on the Eagles. And they will start the drive at their own 36-yard line.
I like to see some more diversity from this offense, like we said before. Get some plays to Mordecai. Get him to roll out. Get him some scrambles, honestly. This guy, you need to attack this team from more angles than one. It's not a very elite defense. There's lots of holes. But if you give them only one thing to stop, well, I mean, most teams can do that.
Yep, Eagles coming out in the split back set. Not my favorite formation. Let's see if it works for them. And Huxley is going to be absolutely blasted at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Not what you like to see, off tackle run from the split backs. I hate that that they have them run all the way across the formation. Just so much wasted time, especially when you don't have a guy with elite speed. Huxley's a more downhill runner. He doesn't have that elite speed to run away from guys.
I formation set. Van Hout looking to throw it now out of the backfield is Huxley. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Eagles.
Mordecai a little gun shy, obviously, after throwing that pick to Irv Street. And, you know, I understand why he would be gun shy, but you got to shake that off. And you got to have a short memory as a quarterback. And you got to start slinging it. And especially here with a single high safety, it's a very exploitable look for them.
Split back set again for North Central. Van Hout hot routing some receivers here on 3rd and 4 from their own 20 or 42-yard line. And they're going to go up the middle, and it was a good call. 1st down pickup up to the 50-yard line.
It's amazing how Huxley just shakes off guys one after another. There's 2 broken tackles on that. He made it look like nothing. It's really impressive. I mean, you see 1, 2 guys, and he doesn't even flinch. This guy's so strong, and he's so good at keeping his legs churning. It's almost impossible to bring him down with your arms.
It took 4 bodies to bring him down, and that gets us to the 2-minute warning. You think the Eagles are going to score a touchdown on this drive, or what? What do you think?
I think if they can get it to Storm Baines and Gerard Priestley, maybe on some corner routes, throw it away from the safety, I think they have a shot to get some touchdowns. But if they keep pounding with Huxley, I think the Titans are keyed in enough to stop it.
And Huxley, every time he's gotten tired, the drives have stalled. And here's a nice out route, and that'll pick up 4 yards. I did not catch the number. I think that was that Presley? It was.
That was Presley. I think that was his first catch of the game, actually. And obviously, the receivers haven't had much work. Storm Baines is a guy I like to see here. He's great at working the middle of the field. He's a good route runner. Kind of reminds me of a Wes Welker style. A little bit undersized, but he doesn't let that stop him.
Yep, 2nd down and 6. 2 tight ends set for Van Hout. Only 16 passing yards so far here in the ball game, but his team is in prime position to get some points. And there's Huxley again, churning and just chugging along, moving the chains again.
Huxley, he hits the hole with so much power, and this offensive line is doing a great job blocking for him. They're giving him giant holes to run through. Honestly, my grandma could find these holes, and she's blind, so it doesn't take much skill to run behind this offensive line, but he's been impressive.
Yeah, this O-line does have the number 3 prospect in the universe at center, Kenton Russell. And there was a really good pass right there to number 42. Who is that? That's the tight end, Bill Jessen, on the catch.
That's a fullback. It was a fullback go route.
Fullback, excuse me.
Love to see the fullback go route. One of my favorite plays in the playbook.
2 wide receivers set up to the top of the screen for Van Hout at the 19-yard line. Less than a minute remaining here in the first half, trying to get back to a 1-score ball game. They'll hand it off up the middle again, and another nice run for 7 yards, and here's the no huddle.
You're going to have to throw it here a little bit. 42 seconds, you can take your time. You can do kind of all you want. That's not what you want to see, though. Forgot to block the defensive end, Drake Corbin. If you're going to roll out, I would roll out away from Drake Corbin, and because that's what he's going to do. Number 70 just decided to take a nap.
Yeah, if you're the Eagles, you don't want Van Hout to roll out to his weak side. That's not a good play design, and it definitely showed right there on that one.
Yeah, the coach is going to be a little bit mad at himself or his offensive coordinator, depending on if he's calling the plays or not. But, not the greatest play call there for the Eagles.
4 receivers set on 3rd down and 7. They are in field goal range, but you want to get a touchdown here if you are North Central. Van Hout looking to throw it. Takes a shot towards the end zone. It's caught for the score and that is Presley, his first touchdown of the season.
Beautiful route, beautiful throw right there. Split the defenders. Good break on his route there. Good route running there. As you see, he was running a post route, and the safety just didn't get over in time. The cornerback was burnt. That's usually Irv Street's side of the ball. I'm not quite sure where he was, but it worked out for the Eagles there, and they cut the lead to only 3 points pending this extra point.
Yeah, for some reason, the Titans defense had the free safety and the strong safety swapped on opposite sides of the field. So you saw Eric Strickland, number 26 there, not getting it over in time to help out his cornerback.
It's plays like that can really cost you a football game. You want to put your best player there. I mean, I think if Irv Street's there, that could have been picked, honestly, because Mordecai was a little bit late on that throw, but Strickland wasn't able to react in time, and the Eagles took advantage of it, and it cuts the lead. And now it's back to a close game going to halftime.
Yep, there's still plenty of time for the Titans to get some more points, though. We know how quickly they can get into the end zone.
Yeah, they can score from anywhere at any time, and you don't want to count them out. 32 seconds is more than enough. They have 3 timeouts, and the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the universe.
Yep, they start the drive at their own 29-yard line, so decent field position to start this one, actually. 32 seconds left. See if we can get some more fireworks here in the first half.
They're coming out in the shotgun, so this is the formation to do it in.
Absolutely. Three receivers set. We got Corey Bramlett in the slot. We haven't really called his name at all yet. Let's see if they go his way. And Gross is going to take a deep shot down the seam, and that is Corey Bramlett down inside the 20-yard line. Huge pickup.
We'll call you Tony Romo. You just called that play. Corey Bramlett comes on the field. First time we called his name, and he takes that seam all the way down. I don't know where the safety went. McNeil got completely burnt, completely out of position, and Gross saw that immediately, threw it down the field. And if Bramlett just had a little more speed, that would have been a touchdown. But now look at that. Flips the field one play, and now Southwest is set up to maybe make this a 10-point lead going into halftime.
My goodness, I could not have called that any better. I impress myself sometimes. All right, first down and 10. 24 seconds left. Still plenty of time. 2 timeouts. They got 2 tight ends here. Gross looking to throw it. Takes a shot towards the end zone. Nice deflection that time. I didn't see the number on the defender, number 29. And that is Wilfred Harrison, the strong safety, with a nice play.
Yeah, Gross saw that Trent had a step on the cornerback, and he read that as man coverage, but it was actually zone, and they had Harrison over the top, and that could have been a disastrous throw right there. He's lucky that the safety dropped it.
Same formation here that they got the big play to Bramlett. See if they go his way yet again in the slot. Gross looking to throw it. And this time they're going to go up top to Trent for the first down up at the 5-yard line. 15 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to kick a field goal here or not. We've seen crazy things so far this week.
I love that play. They're playing a zone coverage. It looks like a cover 3, and he just picks apart the zone. It's a great play right there because North Central sitting back trying to avoid getting burnt by these receivers, and so Southwest just says, okay, well we'll pick apart your zone coverage then. And I love that the route from Trent, and a good job from Gross. And it looks like they're going to kick the field goal, go with the safe, easy points. And I don't know any reason why they're doing this.
Well, all pro football. That's all you need to know.
You love to see it.
Oh, absolutely. Kick is up, and it's good. 22-yarder. Titans on top, 20-14 now. Just 12 seconds left here in the first half. And what's been a pretty exciting game so far.
Yeah, we've already had more offense in this game than any of the other games so far. 34 points of offense, and I think that's more than the last game combined. So getting the offense rolling again. These are the offenses we thought would happen. It would happen with is Southwest and North Central. North Central can get one more shot at the ball, but I just expect them to probably kneel it out and go to halftime, unless this return inspires them.
Nice return. My goodness. And they might be pretty close here to Hail Mary territory after that Sherwood Sampson return on the kickoff.
I don't know if Huxley can throw it 63 yards, but if he gets maybe a quick out route to a receiver, maybe to Priestley at the top, this is definitely in his range for Hail Mary.
Well, if Huxley's throwing the Hail Mary, I think we have bigger problems for North Central. I believe you're saying Van Hout. And
Yes,
they hand
Van
it
Hout.
off to Huxley up to the 41-yard line. And there's a timeout. We'll probably see the Hail Mary here. Like you said, I don't believe he's got the arm to get it all the way there. This will probably end up around the 10 or 15-yard line.
Yeah, and the Eagles aren't really built to be the best Hail Mary team. With Storm Baines out there, he's a small guy. Priestley's not really a big guy. They don't have a big-bodied tight end. This isn't really they're a good shot for them to get this, but I like that they're doing it anyways. There's really nothing to lose here, and you need every break you can against an offense like the Titans.
Yep, still manageable game as well. Just a one-score game, 20-14. Maybe you get something crazy here. Maybe a ball gets tipped to one of your receivers, and you get a touchdown.
Or not.
And Van Hout breaks a sack attempt, and he's brought down anyway. So an uneventful end there to that half. But that was number 64 on the sack. Watson Gray, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, they had the outside linebacker coming on a blitz, and it got picked up by the tight end, and he kind of blew the block in, and not good coverage there for Van Hout. He didn't have much he could do.
Yep, and I believe the Titans will get the third quarter kickoff, or kick return, rather.
It's actually going to be the Eagles.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? I thought the Eagles scored a touchdown on the first drive.
No, Titans, they went 3 and out their first drive.
Oh, that's right. You're correct. See, that's why you're here. My brain is a potato. But 228 passing yards for the Titans so far, 140 rushing yards for the Eagles. Definitely just polar opposite offenses. But you love to see both of them. I mean, look at that run right there.
Beautiful run. First play of the game. We knew we were going to have some offense. 228 yards from Fletcher Gross and passing. It's basically, like you said, complete opposite stories. Both these teams are looking very good. I'd say I have to give the edge to the Titans so far in this one. They look a little bit more composed on offense. I'd like to see Mordecai Van Hout throw it a little bit better in the second half. He's been a little bit rattled, and get him some better design passes. Get Storm Baines involved. He hasn't caught a single pass for the Titans. Just to keep doing what you're doing. They were starting to zone in on what was working, especially on offense there toward the end of the half, and I think they just need to keep with what their game plan is.
And how about the one and only Tyron Trent? What a first half for him. Over 100 yards receiving, and both Fletcher Gross touchdowns. So he's having himself one heck of a game. And you see right there, Rocky Payne with a big-time run for the Titans as well. So I think if they can get Rocky Payne going a little bit more too, and this offense can get a little bit more balanced throughout this season, I don't know if anybody is going to be able to stop them.
They do look like a very, very complete team. Rocky Payne's looking very nice here on their opening day here at home in Southwest. And I agree. Get a little bit of balance in there, and it's almost impossible to stop.
Yep. And if you're the Eagles, I want to see Van Hout on some rollouts, on some play actions. You got to get him moving around a little bit. That's the type of play style that he has. He's got some great legs. He's very quick, very fast. And I want to see him escape out of the pocket once in a while and maybe try to make some plays with his legs.
In case you're wondering, this is the High School Football Alliance, brought to you by Optimus Cline, the gentleman to my left in the broadcast booth that's imaginary and isn't actually here. Hello. And
Hello.
And me, Liam Hammer, and this is, we're using All-Pro Football to create our custom football universe for you to enjoy. This is our high school league. You can see these players go from high school to college, go to National Signing Day, then go to the pros and their draft. And you pick your favorite players, your favorite teams, and join us in our enjoyment of this league. It's been a fun. This is game 3, and we're already having a blast.
Absolutely. I mean, you and I have been working behind the scenes for quite a few months now, and doing sims leading up to this point. Every sim, we were just so hyped. We were like kids in a candy store. You know, it was a lot of fun, and we couldn't wait to bring this to you guys. And we're extremely excited that it's here finally.
Thank goodness.
Absolutely, man. Titans on top, 20-14 as we start this third quarter. Eagles on offense. Van Houten going to hand it off. And another decent run there. Pick up of 3 for Ramsey Huxley as they want to just keep pounding the rock, I guess.
I guess they do. I'd like to see them go play action off of this. They're committed so much to the run. Nice, good play action. Stick in the belly of the running back and then throw the post up over the top. I think you could catch them napping, especially on a formation like this where they only have the safety cheating down.
Yeah, I think if you're the Eagles and you just want to run the ball all game, Huxley's going to have to get about 250 yards to try to compete with this Titan offense. I think that's the magic number for an Eagles victory here tonight.
Well, I mean, he's about almost halfway there, so we'll see if it happens. But you're going to have to throw it. Eventually, Huxley only has so much stamina to deal with.
Yeah, we've seen him get gassed quite a few times on some drives, and as soon as that happened, I mean, those drives stalled instantly. And here we see another run play that just didn't work. The Titans are just keying on the run game now.
Yeah, maybe the Eagles need to work a couple more pass plays into their book during the week. Ramsey Huxley is a fantastic running back, but he's going to get slowed down eventually and can get tired eventually. You got to have a couple throws in there that you trust, and trust your quarterback a little bit.
Yeah, the Titans, they have a pretty weak defense, comparing them to some other teams in the universe, but they're doing a good job. Their front seven is stepping up right now and just trying to slow him down, and they did a really good job on that drive, forcing the 3-and-out.
Yeah, they're starting to game plan from. You saw a couple plays where Earth Streets down in the box is almost like a fifth linebacker or a fourth linebacker, and he's a really good box tackler, so it's a good way to scheme to start slowing down Huxley.
Yeah, they're trying to use him like a Steve Atwater type safety right there. And there's a completion over the middle for the Titans. Pick up a 5. I believe that's Trent again, his 7th reception of the ball game.
Yeah, Trent already over 100 yards in this game. He's been fantastic. Kearsley's actually been a little quiet tonight. Ben Marstead hasn't done a terrible job over there as we see him run out to cover him. But I'm sure he'll get his at some point in this game as well. This Titan offense has had their way with the Eagles defense for the most part.
I'd like to see Corey Bramlett get back out on the field and try to make another play. Here's Kearsley on the reception, only a pickup of 2. So Marsden doing a pretty decent job keeping him in front of him. And we saw that in the second game last night with the Raiders, their number 1 corner, Iwoma, just shutting down Alexander Randall. And we're kind of seeing that here in this ball game.
Yeah, I know that was a surprise for us last night because Alexander Randall is one of the most talented receivers in the universe. But as that one's almost picked, I have no clue how that went through his hands, but somehow completed. Some of these corners are surprising us early in the season.
Yeah, we did a lot of Sims before this season, and we never once mentioned that corner's name for the Raiders last night. But he showed out and had one heck of a game as the Titans pick up the first down there. I believe that was Trent again on the reception, and the Titans come out in the I formation here on first down and 10. Gross looking to throw it yet again. Steps up in the pocket, and a diving attempt as Kearsley couldn't haul it in, though. Nice try.
Trying to get him away from Arstead and just a little bit out in front of him from Gross. An uncharacteristic miss from him. He's looked on point for the most part tonight, and that's surprising to see that one fall to the ground.
Second down and 10. Great effort from Kearsley, though. Nearly brought that one in. And out of the shotgun now, Gross with a halfback and fullback back there with him. And they're going to hand it off, and that play is snuffed out from the start. I don't know what the number was. That number 94 on the stop, Tony Stokely.
Tony Stokely, a great play by him. He got off his block and tackled Payne quickly in the backfield, bring up a 3rd and long. And 3rd and longs for this team aren't as imposing as for other teams. This team seems to be at their best when they're in their 3rd and long. So let's see what happens here.
Yep, maybe a seam route here for Bramlett. Love to see that. And Gross is going to go up the seam. This time it's deflected away, intended for Tyron Trent. And the Eagles to get a much-needed stop.
Nice defense there from McNeil over the top. Tried to force one into Trent. I would have liked to see him actually go to the top to Kersley instead of trying to force it in between three Eagles defenders. But either way, good stop from the Eagles defense. Get the ball back. Now you're going to have to make something happen with your offense. It's been floundering for the most part outside of the run game. And it's looking like you're going to need to pass it to win this game. And so hopefully they came up with something on the sideline.
And a fair catch called for by Sherwood Sampson at the 30-yard line. Van Houten, the offense, coming back out on the field. I still expect them to keep pounding the rock. Huxley's been the go-to guy, but they definitely got to go to the air here just a little bit.
Yeah, they do. They just got to mix it up. Just give them a couple breathers. Just throw it once per set of downs, maybe even. I mean, Huxley's over almost to 150 already. He's been a beast, but you're going to get tired eventually.
Telling you, 250. That's the magic number for him, for them to win this ball game. And Van Houten will throw it here. Is actually going to take off. This is what you love to see, and picks up 5 yards. Very exciting 5-yard run from the quarterback.
It's always love to see a run from quarterback. Van Houten has some wheels. He's a very, very talented runner out of the pocket, and that's one of his strengths. He's a little bit can be a little bit questionable under pressure, but he's very good when he can escaping and extending the play, and you like to see that from him.
And Van Houten going to throw it now, and out route, and that is going to move the chains to number 84 Presley up to the 40-yard line.
Nice play design there from Presley. Good job getting the first down, not getting tackled before the sticks. And that's kind of what you want to see from this offense. You want to see them get Presley involved. Now you just need to get Storm Baines one-on-one coverage on the top there involved to supplement this run game.
And we have yet to see them target a tight end in the passing game as well. Dave Franson is the starting tight end for the Eagles. But here's another good run from Huxley, picking up 4 yards.
Nice design there. He had a lot of space to work with, but he couldn't break that one tackle, and it only was 4 yards, which for most running backs they'll take, but for Huxley is almost like a disappointment with how good he's been running. But nice to see them mixing up the pass and the run on this drive.
2 tight end set for Van Houten on second down, and they're going to go off tackle here to Huxley. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to break that one. Gets dropped after another 4-yard carry, but very close to getting into the secondary.
Fantastic tackle there. I didn't quite catch the number of that corner. It looked like number 20. That's Aaron Burnell. What a great tackle from the cornerback to take him down before the sticks. I thought he was going to be gone as well.
Yep, very nearly broke that one. 3rd down and 1. 2 tight end set again for the Eagles out of the I formation. They're going to throw it out of this. And the man wide open. That's the fullback down at the bottom of the screen, moving the chains. That is Bill Jessen, number 42. Great play call.
Love to see the fullback getting involved. He had that seam route earlier, and it's looking like they're going to want to target him pretty regularly for a fullback. Nice to get him in space and get that first down.
Yeah, that was fantastic. What a great play call. He was wide open all by himself. And here we go, a rollout from Van Houten, and it's completed for 5 yards. Pretty good play there.
I hate to see him roll out to his weak side like that, but it worked in this case. I like seeing them roll away from Drake Corbin then in the future, just because I don't trust the left side of their offensive line to hold up against him. But I like to see him get moving a little bit in the pocket and show us what he can do with his arm.
Yep. They're going to come out in pretty much a goal line set here on 2nd down and 5. They expect the run. They'll toss it out to Huxley, who is going to be stopped for a loss of 2. And that was number 91 on the tackle, Taylor Wallace.
Yeah, him and number 57, I'm not quite sure who that is, but those two getting in there. And that was a great play by him to push the tackle back into Huxley to slow him down because he had some space on the outside.
Receiver set. They're going to run it out of the shotgun to Huxley, and only picking up 2 yards. A good stop for the Titan defense at the 42-yard line of the Titans.
This team's fear of giving the ball to their quarterback is really going to cost them, I think, down the road.
Yeah, you got to trust Van Houten. You know, he's a really good quarterback, the 14th rated prospect in the universe. You know, you got to have some faith in him. You know, a little bit of trust goes a long way.
Yeah, you do. I think he has some talent. Obviously, Huxley's the star of this offense, but you need to mix it up. You need to mix it up. You need to take a little bit of pressure off of Huxley so he can be in the best spot to succeed.
And the punt goes into the end zone from Gary Stanley. So the Titans will start at their own 20-yard line on this drive. Let's see what the Eagles defense can do if they can keep slowing down this passing attack as much as possible. As Fletcher Gross comes out with 2 receivers, Trent to the bottom, Kersley to the top, and 2 tight ends. Gross will throw it, 2-step drop, and a nice out route from Trent, picks up 6 yards.
There's been good offense most of this game. The third quarter's kind of slowed down offensively, so see if they can get something sparked on this drive. I like them going back to the out route. Quick 6 yards and get to second and short. Now you have the whole playbook open. You can run it, you can pass it, you can throw it deep, you can throw it short. And with this offense like that, it's almost impossible to call the defense.
134 QBR for Fletcher Gross right now, nearing 250 yards with 2 touchdowns as well. Just having a fantastic day against this somewhat weak secondary of the Eagles. And there's a really good run from Rocky Payne to move the chains.
Really good design by them there in the heavy set. It looked like maybe a Joker's or an Ijax kind of style formation. And I like that, opening it up for Rocky Payne up the middle, giving him a giant hole just to walk through. And that's the kind of variety that the Eagles have been lacking, is mixing the running with the pass. And the Titans are doing that to perfection right now.
Yeah, the Eagles have been going pretty much about 90% run this entire game. Somehow they're still only down by 6 points. There's a nice tackle for a loss from the Eagles defense, a loss of 3, and that was Stokely again.
Nice play. They tried to go with the draw from the shotgun, and Stokely was already in the backfield and they handed the ball off, so not a good formation or play call right there.
Second down and 13 coming up. Just 1 receiver. That's Kersley at the top of the screen for Gross, and 2 tight ends. There's a hot route as well. And he'll look to throw it out of the backfield. I believe that's the fullback this time, and he'll pick up 2 yards. That was Napoleon Queen.
Napoleon Queen's a pretty talented fullback, but throwing it to him on an out route with 3 guys ahead of him isn't really where he's going to succeed the best. So I'd like to see them game plan something a little bit more creative for him.
At third down and 11, you got 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Gross will throw it, of course. Deep shot downfield, and it's caught, and Kersley is gone. Oh, my word. 27. Oh, is that McNeil? I'm not sure what that young man was doing, but he got burnt like toast.
Oh, my goodness. For one, to catch the ball, and then to just send McNeil sliding on skates. I don't know what McNeil was looking for, but whatever it was, he didn't find it. Great route and catch by Clay Kersley. That was all Clay Kersley right there, and that puts the Titans up now 27, pending the extra point, to 14. What a play call! What a route by him, and that's why he's the #1 receiver in the universe.
That reminded me of the Barry Sanders touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys, where he just ran right behind one of the defensive linemen. And that guy had no idea what was going on, and McNeil was in the same boat there on that touchdown.
Yeah, he was completely lost. He tried to go for the swap, but he was out of position. And then when he came back down, he didn't know the ball had gotten caught. Not good. I think he's going to get chewed out from his coach on the sideline. Now the Eagles are in a position where they're going to have to start throwing the ball and now have to go a little bit more the other way. You don't have to abandon the run completely now, but you need to start getting some yards. You need to stop with these 3 and outs.
Yeah, you got to trust Van Hout. You got to let him try to be the playmaker that you and I both know that he can be. And they just have not done that at all this game. They've really just tried to rely on Huxley. But they're down 13 points, almost at the 4th quarter now, starting this drive at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, these coaches, maybe they're trying to catch them off guard, but at this point, it's not working. You got to change it up a bit.
Yep, 2 receivers set for Van Hout. He is under center. And the Eagles are going to keep running the football. This time, Huxley gets another nice one, 5 yards up the middle.
You notice he's breaking a lot less tackles now. He's starting to slow down. We said this, 1,000 times at this point. We're kind of beating a dead horse, but you need to start throwing the ball, mix in some passing, get him some rest. Maybe mix in Sherwood Sampson a little bit in some formations. Just anything you can do to keep him fresh, because he's your lifeblood.
Yeah, and Sherwood Sampson is no slouch at halfback as well. Very similar build to Huxley, as we finally see a Storm Baines reception and moving the chains.
First play he's gotten, and he did a nice job of not going down before he got across the first down. You see a lot of receivers get tackled there, and end up being an inches or short situation, but he managed to pull the defenders past the sticks and get the first down.
Two receivers to the bottom of the screen. Baines in the slot, and Van Hout will look to throw it. Baines is wide open, and he pulls the trigger over the middle, and I believe that is the tight end, Dave Francis, on his first catch of the season.
That's the first time we've called his name, and it's just at the end of the third quarter. So getting some more variety going. I like that from the Eagles. That's what they need to do on this drive.
And that will end the third quarter, folks. Get your fours up in the chat. Titans on top, 27-14. And we've had a lot of exciting plays in this game so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the fourth quarter has in store for us.
Yeah, I am too. It's going to be interesting as they're coming back out in the heavy set to see if they when do they abandon this run game and start passing it.
It just seems like at this point, for sure, the coach does not have any faith in his quarterback, which I don't think Van Hout has done anything to warrant that kind of response from his head coach, to basically just not let him have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, Huxley's really slowed down. I mean, he went into halftime with over 130 yards, and he hasn't gotten even 30 yards this half. So, you have to switch up. Obviously, a pass formation here, so that's good to see.
They're down 4. Van Hout over the middle, and that is going to be a first down. And that looked like Dave Francis again, the tight end.
Nice play there, getting the tight end involved. If the receivers are covered, you might as well go to the tight end underneath, because he's usually not. And that's nice to see them spread the ball around and give the ball into Mordecai's hands to do something.
Two tight ends set for the Eagles. They are driving, and Huxley will pick up 3 yards, making a second down and 7.
Oh, and you hate to see that. Storm Baines going down with an injury. We've seen a lot of injuries in this season already. And Storm Baines, it looked like an off-ball injury. Trying to block a man, and you hate to see a guy go down like that so early in the season, especially a guy of his caliber. You really hope he's okay. And, yeah.
Feels bad. Feels real bad. Oh, Tom has a question in the chat. Are the O-line the same across the board for all teams? As the stream lagged a little bit there. I think the stream's lagging a little bit.
Oh, wonderful.
You'd love to see that. Here's Huxley getting 6 yards. Third down and 1 coming up.
Oh, another injury. Oh, my goodness. Now we're getting all the injuries. Hopefully the stream is better now as I click buttons. But no, the offensive line are just like all the other players. They're completely randomized from every team. So some teams have much better offensive linemen than other teams. It's completely random. And honestly, I don't even remember to an extent what all these guys are. So each player is an individual and has individual ratings, unlike usually when you play APF.
Yeah, every player is completely unique in their own right. All right, first down and 10 at the 28-yard line. We got less than 10 minutes left in the ball game, and they're still running the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do here on first down. They got 3 receivers out of the shotgun set, and they're going to lose 3 yards on that one.
Not what you want to see on first down. Off-tackle runs, like we've said before, not Huxley's specialty. He does better up the middle. I mean, that makes sense with the quality of center they have. They have one of the best centers in the league, so you run behind him and you're going to have good things happen.
They have the best center in the league, the number 3 prospect in the universe, in Kenton Russell. He is a behemoth of a man. And what a deflection and interception for the Titans. What an unreal play. And oh my goodness, who was that? I did not see the number.
That was number 26, Eric Strickland. What a play. I think that was Irv Street with a deflection, and then Strickland coming underneath to catch it. And that's not what you want to see from the Eagles here, setting up the Titans now at their 35-yard line. And this is real bad for the Eagles right now.
It looks like Strickland intercepted that off of Irv Street's back. It looked like he just took it right off.
Yeah, he did. It was great awareness from Strickland to come in there and catch the pass. That's Mordecai Van Hout's second interception today. He's not had a great day.
Oh, and there was Clay Kersley on the reception for the Titans, getting 9 yards, bringing up 2nd and 1 from their own 44-yard line, and they're looking to put this game away with a score probably.
2nd and 1 coming up here for this team. This team, all momentum in their favor right now.
Formation set for Gross. Hot routing the play here. And Rocky, oh my goodness, he is in the open field. The referee getting in the way for one of the blockers, but gets it up to the 37-yard line. Good run for the Titans.
He just couldn't quite get down the field. It's number 60, couldn't quite get down the field. And the referee getting in the way a little bit of, maybe he was trying to help out there, a little bit of homerism. But either way, nice run from Rocky Payne. And the Payne train is in full effect right now as the Titans are milking away this clock.
Shotgun set for Gross. He's going to look to throw it, and he is going to somehow not get sacked. Throws it off his back foot and got it to his man, but it is incomplete. As we see, Storm Baines has a broken kneecap and will miss the entire season for the Eagles.
That is absolutely terrible to hear. That's a devastating injury for the Eagles and for Storm Baines. You just wish him the best and hope for a speedy recovery.
Absolutely. Gross under center on 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers set. You got Bramlett in the slot. Do they go his way? They will throw it. And they're going to go out route here. Kersley picking up 4 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Both these receivers over 100 yards passing or receiving. And this is why this team's so good, is they can run the ball, they can pass the ball, they can throw the ball, they can do whatever they want, it seems. And right now, everything's going their way, and it's going to take a miracle for the Eagles to come back right now.
Yeah, they are having a rough go of it. Here's Gross. He's got 3 receivers to the top of the screen. He'll throw it again. And a deep shot to the end zone. Wide open. Clay Kersley, touchdown Titans. And that might be the nail in the coffin.
Well, blowout is in full effect right now. Kersley just absolutely roasted Major Gage. And Major Gage is going to have a long bus ride home or drive home. That was Ben Marstead, Ben Marstead, flat-footed, and Kersley just ran by him.
And Ben has actually been doing a pretty decent job of keeping Kersley in front of him. But on that play, he of course, just got lost in the sauce a little bit, turned around, and by the time he got turned around, it was far too late.
And now, how are the Eagles going to respond? You just lost one of your better targets with Storm Baines going down on the last drive. And now you're down by 20 points with only 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. How do you respond if you're Mordecai Van Hout?
I don't think it's up to him at this point. I mean, the whole game, the coaches have not been putting any trust or any faith in him whatsoever. So, I mean, if you're Van Hout, you're looking to your coaches asking, are you going to let me loose? Are you going to let me try to make some plays? Because we know he's a playmaker. They're just not giving him many opportunities to make plays.
No, they really aren't. They've been trying to give it all to Huxley, and it's kind of backfired on them in this second half.
Yeah, it wouldn't be such a bad game plan if their defense was able to keep up. But the Titans' offense, they're just such a high-power offense. It's so hard to stop. And obviously, the defense for the Eagles has just not been doing enough in this ballgame.
Big drive here for the Eagles.
Van Hout under center. Huxley is just going to pick up 2 yards. And I guess they're just throwing in the towel at this point.
I don't really understand the game plan here. Just keep running the ball. Maybe they wanted to see if they could surprise them, but you're going to have to throw it. You have to throw your way out of this.
Yeah, they keep coming out in these run-heavy formations. So, again, coaches just no faith in the quarterback. They are going to let him throw it here, but just a quick slant. I'm not even sure who that is at this point with the injury to Baines. Is that Billy Long, number 80? That's the number 5 receiver on the roster.
Whenever the number 5 receiver is the guy you're targeting in a comeback, you know you're having to dig real deep into the bag of tricks. But made the catch. That's what you would like to see. But you need to build on that and move with a little urgency here. You're down 3 scores with 6.5 minutes. That goes real quick in the game of football.
Yep, shotgun set for Van Hout. Halfback and fullback back there with him at the 49-yard line of the Titans. And they're going to run it. And Huxley is in the open field. A good run here, but again, he looks tired. If he had some fresh legs right there, he probably would have broke that for a touchdown.
Yeah, and great job by Irv Street to jump off that block to get the tackle to save the touchdown, most likely. Huxley, he does look tired, and I think you're going to maybe need to spell him with Sampson for a little bit or possibly just get some passes going, but I feel like they're just going to run him into the ground.
Yeah, I feel like for maybe week 2, the Eagles need to go to a 2-back system and just try to spell Huxley a little bit. Just maybe give Sampson a couple formations so Huxley's not so exhausted. And he's going to lose 3 yards here on first down.
You can't have that when you're trying to make a comeback under 6 minutes already. Like I said, you need to start moving with some urgency. You can't count on your defense to stop this Titans offense. The Titans offense hasn't shown that they're going to start running the ball and burning the clock. So until you need to start throwing it, expecting that you're going to need more than 20 points.
And Van Hout looking to throw it. And over the middle, that's going to be dropped. Long, I believe, was the intended target again. The number 5 guy, again, you don't want to go to him when you're down big.
No, you need to get it to Joey Holt, the number 3 receiver who should be filling the shoes of Storm Baines. And Gerard Priestley, your number 1, is still on the field, so get him involved, and you'll be fine.
Yep, no halfback on this play, so expect a throw. It's crazy, I know. They're down and 13. Van Hout, 5-step drop. And he's going to take a deep shot down the right side, and that is easily deflected away by number 24, Sean Horton, the nickel cornerback. And
they're definitely throwing in the towel here, bringing out the punting unit, and that's sad to see. This team, that throw was pretty lame. It was a lame duck throw into double coverage, as this North Central team kind of just lost themselves ever since the first quarter.
Yeah, they had a nice touchdown to start the ball game. They were up 7-0, and then the Titans offense woke up and they just never stopped running the football for the Eagles. So here's a nice punt return, getting to the outside, breaking a tackle all the way up to the 25-yard line for the Titans. I don't see the number on him, and that is Trent, who's having one heck of a game.
Both these receivers, Trent and Kersley, have just been everywhere, and Trent adding special teams return specialist to his resume of that's getting increasingly larger and larger. It's going to be interesting to see if the Titans actually run the ball here or they just keep checking it.
Well, Rocky Payne's had a pretty decent game running the football as well, so I'd be content with just giving him the football, seeing what he can do. But Fletcher Gross is going to throw it to McQueen, the fullback, out of the backfield. No gain on first down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be unhappy with just running it with Rocky Payne either, but looks like they want to keep throwing it. Maybe they don't feel like 20 points is enough. Either way, I don't quite understand this game plan from the coach.
Well, maybe he just wants to pour it on. You never know. And here we go. They are going to run the football, and Rocky Payne is going to pick up 6 yards. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Titans.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my. Wow.
My goodness. I 17 weeks with a broken leg?
Yeah. Something like that. That was a fractured leg. Correct. Unreal. So that was Russell Gandy, the starting left tackle for the Eagles. So they've lost 2 starters in this ball game. That is really unfortunate for their season. 3rd down and 4 though. Let's see if they can get the stop. Gross under center. They're just running the clock out as much as possible. And they will hand it off to Rocky Payne, who gets the first down and gets all the way to the 2nd level up to the 39-yard line.
You hate to see the injuries early in the season. Rocky Payne looking really good here, running down his blockers well. And Rocky Payne, the Payne train, this is a thing that the Southwest has that a lot of high-powered offenses don't, is they can switch to a ground attack and just pound the ball and really wear the clock down. That's a great asset they have.
Yeah, and having a fullback like Napoleon Queen, that definitely helps out the run game as well. He is a really good run blocker. I formation set for Gross. He's switching the play up a bit here on 1st down and 10. And he'll hand it off to Rocky Payne, who's going to be stopped. Somehow only lost a yard there. Looked like he could have lost 3 or 4.
Good job eliminating the loss there from Rocky Payne. And this is a stop. If you want to have any prayer of a comeback, you need to stop them here and force a punt. Better yet, a turnover. I think it's a little bit too late for the Eagles, but it's never too late to hope.
I think it's too late.
All right, just spoil the parade. Okay, I see how it is.
I mean, down 20, less than 3 to go. All you've been doing is running the football all game. I don't like the chances for the Eagles here.
I'd say I like the chances.
Well, you just give them a little bit of a chance, and that was a little bit more than I'm willing to give for them. But if it was the Titans down 20, I'd probably give them a little bit of hope with how nasty and dangerous this passing attack can be.
Yes, this is maybe they need to steal some game plan from the Titans and put it into their own offense to see if they can get some passing offense going next week.
They might have to. No, something's got to give. You got to let Van Hout do something, anything. They didn't really give him many opportunities tonight, and it really showed. You can't just rely on your run game to win a ball game, especially against a high-powered offense like the Titans. But their defense does get the stop here.
Like I said, all they need is a touchdown, onside kick, touchdown, onside kick, and a touchdown. I mean, is that really too much to ask?
Is that all?
That's all. In 2 minutes.
Totally doable.
They have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, if they had I don't know, a full other game, they could do it.
Well, actually, at their rate of scoring points, they'd need they need another game and a half.
I see you have less faith in them than I do now. I don't know how that happened.
We like to keep them on their toes.
Yeah. Titans punt it away. And back to the return. Sherwood Sampson gets it up to the 34-yard line. And the Eagles probably just going to, keep running the football.
At this point, just pad some stats, right?
Yeah, try to get Huxley up to 200 yards maybe, Hang your hat on that, I guess.
If I'm the coach here, I want to come out throwing. I like this formation. Throw it.
Yep, 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Van Hout will throw it, and he throws it 4 yards.
You hate to see that.
2nd down and 5. The receiver did fall forward for 1 extra yard on that. Pick up a 5. No huddle, same formation, of course. Van Hout. Oh, free play. I would take a big shot out here. And they're going to go back to the same exact receiver. They do move the chains, though.
He did take a deep shot for him.
Is that number 80? That was number 80, Billy Long, on the reception. The number 5 receiver moving up to number 4 with the injury to Storm Baines, the number 2 guy.
Instead of throwing it 5 yards, he threw it 7 yards. He really let it loose there on that play.
Dang, look out.
Maybe he'll let it loose for 10 yards in this next play if we're lucky.
Whew, risk taker. Love to see it. All right. 1st down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 1.5 to go. I would just open up the playbook here and just run any kind of crazy gadget play you have. any kind of deep shot. Just try something. And there we go. There's your 10-yard pass that you called. They do move the chains, and they're going to go no huddle again. Under center now is Van Hout dropping back, and he's going to go deep, and that is deflected away. That was not even close to being a completed pass.
Severely underthrown pass there. Could have been picked off if the linebacker, knew that the ball was coming to him. But I think the linebacker was just as surprised as we were that ball was so underthrown.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. He needed to get, maybe 3 or 4 more feet of air underneath that. 2 picks in this ball game for Van Hout. No touchdown passes for him. And he'll look to throw it again. Drops back about 2 miles and does complete the pass, making it 3rd down and 5. And that was once again number 80, Billy Long.
Billy Long getting his work in ever since Storm Baines left. And you can see why. Billy Holt, Storm Baines kind of a similar build, similar size to them. But I think you need to get to Gerard Presley. That's your best shot at Eddie points. Not even a comeback, just points, is to get down to Presley.
I think at this point they're probably double teaming him on the top of the screen there, just because they know all the other receivers are not as talented as that man. There he is right there, though. First down catch up to the 27-yard line, moving the chains. And actually, no, that was Rick Moss, number 83, so it wasn't even Presley.
There's Presley.
Was it? I thought it was 83.
Well, the one that just happened right here, 84.
Listen. Just listen. They're going to get a touchdown right here. All right. Oh, my goodness. What a diving attempt from Long. He's just putting his body on the line for his team right now. You love to see that.
Trying to convince his coach to maybe put him in a starting role next week with Baines' injury. But that one, maybe a better choice could have been made. Knight was right over the top of that one. I see what Hout was looking for, but I think he got a little too greedy.
I totally agree, but still a fantastic diving attempt from Billy Long. You love to see the number 5 receiver coming in there, trying to make some plays, trying to make a name for himself. 3rd and inches here for the Eagles. They'll throw it again out of the backfield. One-handed catch. Was that the fullback?
Some style points from the fullback, Bill Jen.
Oh, my goodness. That was his 3rd catch of the ball game, and that was a fantastic catch.
College might see him. Maybe they might want to move him to tight end with how he's catching in this game.
My goodness. All right, 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 1 tight end for Mordecai Van Hout. And he will throw it. And that is going to be caught inside the 5-yard line down to the 2. That was Joey Holt on the reception, the number 3 receiver, moving up to that number 2 spot.
You're getting some garbage time plays against the backups. I think they brought the backups in for Southwest, but nice to see how get some confidence. You can parlay that into a more successful week 2.
Yep. See now right here, perfect opportunity to run the football, and they're going to keep throwing it anyway. The game plan. Not making a whole lot of sense. That pass was just deflected. Almost a touchdown for Billy Long.
Almost a touchdown. Almost an interception there. Trying to get to Billy Long once again. Odom was on the coverage there, and that's the 2nd drop pick of the day. Van Hout is lucky he doesn't have 4 or 5 picks with how he's been throwing it.
Absolutely. 2nd and goal from the 2. Just feed the beast. Give the ball to Huxley here. You've been feeding him all game long, but now that you're this close, you just keep throwing it. The game plan doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, as Van Hout does get the pass out, and Huxley's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, this game plan's a little questionable here. I think their coach should maybe, just get good and not suck so much. But right now he's having a hard time.
3rd and goal coming up from the 3-yard line. 19 seconds left in the ball game. Just try to salvage something here and go out with a touchdown. And they're going to keep throwing it. Van Hout back to Huxley. That's incomplete, bringing up 4th and goal.
Another swing pass I don't understand why they're throwing the swing pass to the short side of the field. If you're going to throw the swing pass, throw it to the side of the field. You have more yardage on, but they're throwing it to. Well, actually, they don't have a short side right now. But either way, I'm not quite sure what this game plan is.
I don't know. The route just took too long to develop. Van Hout took too long to decide to actually throw it to him, and maybe a slant route here or a 5-yard out for a touchdown. That would be fantastic for the Eagles. They go back to the end zone, and there is a touchdown catch. So finally, they get a touchdown pass from Van Hout, and that one was to Joey Holt, number 19.
Beautiful route from Van Hout. The linebacker just passed him off to the safety who just wasn't there. And nice toe drag from him. And, maybe that's just a confidence booster going into week 2 that you needed.
Yeah, making it a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking
respectable.
for here? Respectable, yes. Only down by 2 scores now, as opposed to 3 touchdowns. We'll most likely see an onside kick, so, maybe something crazy will happen here at the end of this game. You never know.
One timeout, 12 seconds.
I'm not saying they're going to come back and win, but, maybe they'll get the onside kick and get one more play.
Can they even run enough plays in 12 seconds to make the comeback? Is it even physically possible?
No, I don't think so.
Get some good onside kick practice for Telvin Ash.
And there it is. It's caught instantly by the Titans. And they're just going to come out and kneel it down probably one time, maybe twice if North Central is feeling froggy and calls a timeout.
It's nice to see these two teams. A good game nonetheless. I mean, especially that first half was a nice close game. The Titans offense, though, it looks so good. Fletcher Gross, making a case for being the number 1 prospect in the universe, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's close. He's number 2 right now. The defensive tackle that we saw last night, his name is slipping my mind at the moment.
Zach Boone.
Zach Boone, there we go. He was really good. He didn't have a whole lot of stats, but he definitely impacted a lot of plays, clogging up the middle of that offensive line last night. But Fletcher Gross, fantastic day passing the football. It's hard to have a bad day when you got Clay Kersley catching 13 passes for 179 yards, and then you have your other receiver, Tyron Trent, who is just as good.
Yeah, this offense, honestly, the sky's the limit for these guys. They have so much talent here. And it's official right now. It's 34-21 victory for the Titans. But this offense, really, I don't know if anyone can stop them in the league.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Maybe the Comets, with that nasty defensive line that they have, maybe if they can get some pressure on Gross, I think that would be a really good matchup to see eventually. I am really extremely impressed with the Eagles' rushing attack, but I believe they have to get Sherwood Sampson some carries as well to try to keep Huxley with some fresh legs so he can get, make more of an impact throughout the game instead of just killing some drives because they handed off 6 times in a row to him and he's too tired to keep carrying the rock.
Yeah, they need to find some variance in their offense. That pick right there, off the back of Irv Strickland with the pick, that was really phenomenal. A backbreaker. It really changed the dynamic. At that point, we were really thinking maybe that the Eagles would have a chance to get some momentum, but that broke it there because then he come back over here to Fletcher Gross, throws a touchdown over the head of Marstead to Kersley. And, that was basically it. 179 yards for Kersley, 126 for Trent. These two guys are absolute beasts. I expect them to be the two most highly recruited receivers in the prospect pool come signing day.
And how about Irv Street? 11 tackles at the safety spot for the Titans. That's actually pretty impressive, especially with the Eagles running the football quite a bit all game long. You'd think that the front 7 would have all those tackles. And also Fletcher Gross, 361 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns for Trent, 2 touchdowns for Kersley. Player of the game.
Well deserved for Fletcher Gross. Absolute dime, gem of a performance from him. It's gonna be crazy to see how he performs the rest of the season and and beyond. Really, interesting to see where he goes in college and eventually in the pros. I mean, I think this guy has the chance to really be something once in a generation.
Absolutely. Phenomenal talent. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do next week. Let's take a look at these stats.
They had just as many yards per carry as they did yards per attempt. That's not what you want to see.
No.
It is what you want to see, but it isn't what you want to see at the same time. Ten points off of turnover.
Only one penalty
for the Titans. You take those 10 points away, and it's a 3-point game, so you can see how penalties really change something.
Only 5 incomplete passes for Gross in the ball game. Unreal.
8 broken tackles.
Decent when they actually gave him some carries. Yeah, Huxley, man, he's just such a load. Like, it's so hard to bring him down on first contact. It's pretty much impossible.
Obviously, probably the biggest, for the Eagles, they lose the game, but that's not the biggest loss. The biggest loss, I think, for the Eagles is losing Storm Baines for the season and losing their tackle for the season as well. Those are two guys that are really gonna hurt that offense.
Absolutely. Storm Baines, we didn't really, get a chance to see what he could do for this offense. He was the 41st ranked prospect coming into the ball game. And how many catches did he have?
He had 2 catches for 11 yards.
Yeah, we didn't really get a chance to see him at his full potential. And next time we see him, he'll hopefully end up at one of the 24 colleges that we have in the CFA.
Yep. And it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Obviously, probably not going to be as highly recruited as we originally thought because of the injury. And that's just going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how that affects his career.
Yep. Let's see who will take a chance on him on National Signing Day. Of course, that would be a full stream by itself for all these players. That's going to be really fun. I can't wait to do that one.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see where these guys end up. Just to see the next step in their careers. Obviously, we've seen their start right now. And, some of these names are going to end up being the names, the legends of this league and of this universe at the college level and at the pro level. And so just can't wait for those guys to have the opportunity for it.
I'm looking forward to that college season. Can't wait.
Stanley had a rough day. Rough day. Oof. Punting 20-yard average.
Just a little.
2 touchbacks.
That's a bit rough. Oof.
Well, that's going to do it. Of course,
Go
ahead.
I wish Bramlett got the ball a little bit more. He had that one catch for, 50 yards?
Yep. That's right, Bramlett, yeah.
I'd like to see him get a little bit more involved next time.
I would too. I think he's a guy that the Titans could really utilize better in the slot in the few weeks to come.
Absolutely.
Well, that's just going to do it for our game tonight. It was me, Hammer, and Optimus Cline in the booth. This was the High School Football Alliance, part of the HammerCline Universe. Get to sit here and watch these high school guys go through their college careers, high school career, all the way to pro. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, join the Discord. It's in the link. I'm doing Cline's job. Obviously, follow us on Twitter at HammerCline U. And like the stream, watch, enjoy. That's a command. You don't have a choice. But glad you stopped by.
Just do it.
And can't wait to see for the next game, which is going to be the last game of week 1. Then we'll move on to week 2 action. So next game is going to be the South Central Lions at the who's the next other team they're going to be
Northwest
playing?
Cobra.
The Northwest Cobra. So you're going to see star running back Laverne Jewell taking on star quarterback Zach Barr. Not going to want to miss that one. That's going to be plenty of offense for sure. But enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.